Elena.
Hi.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So, what I want to do today is just go over all of those things that we did last time you were here. The exam, your x-rays, just go over all that in detail and then go through our care plan. Does that sound good?
Sweet, yeah, I'm ready.
So, originally, remember you came in, you're dealing with this neck pain and the headaches that you're getting. And so, remember how you said when you're looking down or when you're studying a lot that this tends to make it worse, right?
Yeah, it does.
So those were some things that I've been taking into consideration as we've gone forward. Remember how in that exam, remember how I put your head forward and I compressed on top of your head and you said that
Yeah, it
made
didn't feel good.
Yeah, so that's a specific exam where I was testing certain structures to see what's actually going on. So what we've done is, remember we took x-rays, did those exams, looked at your history, put it all together, and so what we currently have is a diagnosis, what's called cervical facet referral. So what that basically means is that your cervical spine, the part of your neck, is actually creating pain, and that pain is referring elsewhere. And commonly this can cause headaches, and it can also refer to the top of your back here and the traps.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so that can cause a lot of the pain in which you're feeling.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, it makes a lot of sense to me now that you're talking about it, because that's where I feel the pain. So.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to deal with. But I really want to also explain before we move forward what we do here.
Okay.
So as a chiropractor, what we are really focused on is your body's nervous system. Now, you're in pain. I am concerned with that. But what I'm more concerned of is what that pain is actually indicating. Because pain is really an alarm. It's our body saying, hey, something's up. Something's not right. So the pain, yeah, it's a problem, but it's not the problem. Does that make sense?
It does.
So, what we do as chiropractors is we look for what's called a subluxation. And there can actually be multiples of these throughout your spine. So, what I want to do is explain this word. And by doing that, I want to show this spine to you. So when we look at a normal spine, it shouldn't be crooked like this.
Like an S.
It should be, well, when you look at it from the front, it should be nice and straight.
Okay.
But what most people don't realize is when you look at it from the side, it should have these nice curves. Now these curves are super important because it acts as your body's natural shock absorber and helps all of these joints move how they're designed to move. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Cool. So what's going to happen, the way your body works, is your body works from, it's a communication system. It works off of information coming in, what does that information mean, and then it replies with a response. This is all controlled from your brain. And all that information that goes to the brain and back out to tell your body, hey, this is what we need to do when you walk, when you digest food, when you're thinking, all that information. If you felt your hand burning on a stove, all these types of information going to the brain has to come through all of these nerves that you see here. That's what all these little things are coming out of the spine. So, when there's something going on in the spine, what we have learned from science is that this interrupts the way information gets to the brain. And as a result, the brain responds with an inappropriate message.
Okay.
So when one of these segments of the spine isn't moving properly, is stuck in a malposition and where it shouldn't be, it can make those interruptions. And we call that the subluxation. Exactly. So does that make sense to you?
It makes complete sense.
Perfect. So what I also want to do is I want to look here at your x-rays. And so remember, we have those nice curves, right? So normally, here's your picture of your neck. Normally this curve should be going this way, like a C.
Yeah.
So what's really important is what's behind these little squares here. These are what we call vertebral bodies. Behind that, you have your spinal cord that comes right down here. So here's what I want you to do for me. I want you to go like this with your hand.
Okay.
Okay? that's a nice curve in your neck.
Mhm.
I want you to pinch the skin in your hand right here.
Mhm.
Feel how you can feel it?
Mhm.
And I want you to go ahead and start to extend your hand. Go, go, go.
Yeah,
What
it's
happens?
slipping out.
Yeah.
It's
So
tight.
well, guess what? That is representing your spinal cord.
Okay.
Can you see how that's a problem?
Yes.
So what do you see? Like if it's normally here, what's different about this picture?
Initially it looked straight, but it's almost starting to go the other way.
Exactly.
Which just, if that's my spinal cord, that's got to be extremely taut back there. A lot of tension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a problem that we're going to address in your care plan,
Mm-hmm.
and we're really going to target getting back this curve. But again, we're going to focus on also the subluxations of
Mhm.
where are these bones not moving? Where are they getting stuck? Where are they out of place?
Mm-hmm.
And these are what are causing that cervical facet referral, that
Mhm.
pain that you're feeling become headaches,
Mhm.
and also that upper back pain.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to
Yeah.
take care of that.
Awesome.
So our goals
Mhm.
is really, first off, get you out of pain.
Mm-hmm.
But we really want to get you back to doing those things that you really want to do.
Yeah.
Like, like one of the things you mentioned was studying. Like, you want to be able to study without having that aggravating
headaches.
pain, the headaches, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm just curious, what else are those headaches preventing you from doing?
Yeah, so sometimes they get so bad, I have trouble in conversation.
Yeah.
And yoga, there's certain moves I can't do because it's really hard for me to extend
So,
back.
so those are going to be our goals. We want to get you back to doing certain postures and positions in yoga.
Mhm.
We want to be able to get you to have these conversations. Not have these interruptions in your life.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
So those are going to be some big goals that we're going to have with your care plan.
That would be great.
The way we're going to do that is,
Mhm.
again, going back to the curve,
Mhm.
we want to restore this. So I'm going to
Yes.
give you some exercises. I'm going to give you some ways we're going to use like a towel or roll it up a special way so that way we can help bring this back to normal.
Okay.
And we're also really going to focus on the adjustment, making sure that those segments that are stuck and that
Mhm.
are in the wrong place, that we adjust those back to proper alignment. And that's
Awesome.
going to really help mitigate the headaches and the pain that you're having in your
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, it does.
All right. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't happen overnight.
No.
All right? It takes time. There's a lot of things going on here.
Mhm.
We're just looking at the bone. There's ligaments that end up changing shape over time, and there's all these changes, these structural changes happen over a long period of time. So it's not going to just be a quick fix.
Okay.
So it's going to take some time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why what we're going to do, we're going to set you up on a care plan that's going to be twice a week
Okay.
for 8 weeks.
Okay.
And then we're going to reassess. We're going to see how we're doing on, again, all those goals that we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see how we might be able to adapt or tweak the plan a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Does that seem like something you can do 2 times a week?
I mean, yeah, I can. And then you said that there's exercises on the side, so
Yeah,
that'll just help.
I'll give you a sheet that you can take home.
Okay.
And they'll be they're simple. They don't
Okay.
take a lot of time. But it's really important that we stick to those 2 times a week
Yeah.
because again, it took time to get here. It's going to take time to get you out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not coming to those appointments, it's going to take a lot longer
Mhm.
for us to get the results that we want.
I see. Yeah. And
Okay.
I want to be out of pain.
Cool. Let's
Yeah.
do this. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that we do have some complications that can happen with the adjustment, and these can include occasional pain after the adjustment.
Yeah.
Like imagine you haven't gone to the gym in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
How do your muscles feel afterwards?
Really sore.
Really sore, exactly.
Yeah.
So these types of things can happen with the adjustment. Your neck
Okay.
can be sore. Sometimes headaches can be aggravated in the short term.
Okay.
Okay. But a lot of times we get a lot of relief with neck pain or anything that's going on.
So we'll just
Or-
sort of evaluate
Yeah,
it.
or potentially we can get no change for the first, couple weeks, their first couple visits.
Okay.
But that's nothing to be alarmed of, okay?
Okay. I trust you.
Alrighty. So, any questions before we finish up?
I don't believe so, no. I feel good about this.
Alright, awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.